Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video guys to any of you having a vehicle. We will explain how to replace lower ball joint guys. There are two major kinds of ball joints. One is you have to replace with the control arm. One you can replace without the control arm. Stay with us, we'll explain about each one of those, how to do it, what to do and what to avoid, because certainly you can cause quite a bit of damage if you don't do it right. So we're going to explain what to look for guys when replacing lower ball joint as well. That will work on multiple cars, pretty much almost on most of the cars that are on the road will be covered in these videos. Now, before we start, let me guys introduce you to the channel quick. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. We take them completely apart. We show you how to fix pretty much anything. Why we do all that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need guys in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep providing this free information to you. Now, if you need to buy any parts, tools, lower ball joints, control arms, anything for your car for a great price and quick shipping, we'll share the link in the description of the video below and you can see where we get them for a really good price and quick shipping. So, now let's explain what we have specifically here. We'll be replacing a lower ball joint on this Hyundai. Now, there will be two different designs guys. Sometimes, okay, you can see this is a lower ball joint and this is on a Porsche, Volkswagen and Audi vehicle, okay, right here. So, as you can see, this one is actually part of the control arm. The only way, okay, to replace that is to press it out on a press, but I will not recommend it. Because probably guys, at that point, okay, you will need to replace the bushings on the control arms as well. Those go bad quite often as well. But on some vehicles where they're made to replace only the ball joints, okay, we'll recommend what to look for and what to do and what not to do. For instance, okay, on that Hyundai, you can, guys, practically, okay, remove the ball joint without removing the control arm. Now, if you want to, if you have a design where the ball joint is part of the control arm, we will explain about that as we go, so make sure you stand till the end. Also, if you have a lower ball joint that's bad, always check for movement and inspect the bushings on the control arm, because if they're bad, okay, you will need to replace the whole assembly, which might be even cheaper in some cases. What do you need to do now guys? Okay, first let's explain. Penetrating spray, that's your number one friend guys. WD-40 is amazing. We'll put the link in the description of the video below. What you will need to do is spray. Most of the designs will be like that on the wheel hub, where you can actually you can see there is kind of like a crack, so we can spray from there, so you can let it penetrate. Spray the bolts, nuts, everywhere guys, that you'll be taking things apart. On some vehicles you may have a safety pin that prevents the nut from coming loose on the lower ball joint nut right here, the bolt. So you need to straighten that one, pull it out. Now let's explain. We need to go ahead and get it loose. 17mm socket, we pre-loosen those. Okay, and now on the bottom often you will have 3 bolts or nuts, or a combination of those. We have 2 nuts and a bolt. So what we'll recommend to do next guys, okay, after everything is loose, you will need to hold the bolt on the back side with another wrench and we'll get the nut loose. Perfect. Now, it's recommended to replace that bolt every single time guys. If it's a pointy bolt, you can hammer on it gently to pull it out. If it's a regular bolt, you can install the nut, okay, like 4 revolutions to where you can push it out and then remove the nut and pull it all the way out. You can see, and we didn't mess it up. Ours is great, but new bolt is recommended every single time. Now that will be the time where you need to spray again, penetrating spray through the hole here. Let it stay. If you have crack there, okay, you can actually get a screwdriver or a punch and spread it a little bit, but not to break it or anything. You just need to go ahead, spread it, so that will release the pressure. You can get a pry bar, okay, on the control arm. It started getting loose, and a hammer. Okay, and it came loose. That's our ball joint, you can see. Now we'll go ahead, remove the 2 nuts and the bolt. Perfect. Every time you replace those, you have to go to alignment center, guys. You need to get the front end aligned. Okay, and it came out. This is the lower ball joint coming out of this vehicle, guys. Now, imagine that you guys, okay, you have ball joint that's part of the control arm. You will need to release it from here, the same thing. You will not have these 3 bolts. What you will need to do, you need to remove one more bolt right there, most of the times on the control arm, one on the back side, and practically, guys, okay, you will be ready to go, as you can see. Now, if it's a control arm like that, you can see it's like that. Now, when you install them, guys, there are 2 different designs. This one doesn't have a bolt going this way. This one has a nut that's on top, and if you start taking that nut off and the ball joint is spinning, what you need to do, you need to get a Torx or whatever tool is needed for the middle, hold it there with the ratchet and with the wrench, get it loose. Okay, and it will keep getting loose that way. And when you install it, you have to do the same way. Otherwise, the ball joint may be spinning and you may not be able to get the nut tight. But you get the idea. That's the major, guys, components. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you next time.